People call the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, the best space observatory out there. Its main job? To figure out the mysteries of our solar system and those far-off planets around other stars. Plus, it checks out the huge stuff that makes up our universe and where we fit in. In a cool move, some scientists pointed the JWST at a star that's 120 light-years away. The telescope spotted signs of carbon stuff in the air of a possible ocean planet way out there. This shocked everyone in space science. How'd they pull this off? This find gives us a peek at a planet super different from anything in our solar system. It also makes us wonder if there are other places where life could be hiding. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope spotted some cool stuff about an exoplanet called K2-18b. This planet is about 8.6 times bigger than Earth. What's got people excited is that they found carbon stuff, like methane and carbon dioxide, in its air. This backs up earlier guesses that K2-18b might be a good spot for life. Word is, it's got a hydrogen-rich atmosphere and an ocean-covered surface. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope did the first check of this exoplanet's air, which helped us learn a bunch. K2-18b is pretty far, like 120 light-years away in the Leo constellation. It spins around a dwarf star known as K2-18. Planets like K2-18b that are between the sizes of Earth and Neptune aren't common around here. The idea that K2-18b might have carbon and a hydrogen atmosphere is something that gets astronomers excited. A lot of experts think planets like this could be great places to look for signs of life. Methane and carbon dioxide without much ammonia? That makes people think this exoplanet might have an ocean under that hydrogen air. Some early studies say there might be dimethyl sulfide, DMS, and K2-18b's sky, which on Earth usually comes from marine plankton. But the proof is light on the DMS thing, so they need more info. More looks with the JWST telescope should help nail down if DMS is really there in K2-18b's air. One astronomer from Cambridge said that just cause K2-18b is in the habitable zone and has carbon, doesn't mean there's life. The planet's size, 2.6 times Earth, hints that its core might be covered by a thick, icy layer, kinda like Neptune. It also has a thinner hydrogen atmosphere and a surface ocean. Even if there's liquid water, the oceans could be too stiff or not enough to support life. But scientists did get the most detailed look at a habitable sub-Neptune planet, which let them ID the stuff in its sky. A Cardiff University team member said they did this by checking light from K2-18b's star as it went through the planet's air. K2-18b is a transiting exoplanet, so it gets dimmer when it passes in front of its star. That's how NASA's K2 mission first found the planet. During these transits, some sunlight goes through the exoplanet's air before reaching space. Telescopes like the JWST can spot signals left behind as sunlight goes through, which helps figure out what gases are around. The research gang plans to do more checks with the JWST to confirm their findings and get more facts about K2-18b's climate. Their big goal is to find signs of life on these potentially habitable exoplanets. The JWST has made other cool finds. For example, some astronomers using the telescope saw smoky stuff in a galaxy super far away. It's the earliest we've seen this kind of stuff in the universe. I find this both awesome and strange, because these finds from way out there are changing the basics of what we know about space. This discovery matters cause these molecules, called aromatic hydrocarbons, were in a galaxy that formed when the universe was young, about 10% of what it is now. These carbon molecules, found in oil and coal on Earth and in smog, are big and made of tons of atoms. What's crazy is that these big molecules formed so quickly after the Big Bang, which we didn't expect. The light we saw from this galaxy started its trip less than 1.5 billion years after the Big Bang. The universe is now around 13.8 billion years old. So, we're seeing some of the very first steps of the universe. The Webb telescope makes all this possible and will let us see similar things for another billion years. If we could look back even earlier, would we see even more of these molecules? Maybe closer to the Big Bang? This brings up big questions about our science and how we understand space. Before, we could only say these molecules were there, but now, with Webb's sharp view, we can see exactly where they are. Also, why these molecules are spread out unevenly in the old galaxy remains a mystery. Amazingly, this galaxy was already as big as ours, with stars that made as much carbon and oxygen as the Milky Way, even though it was way younger. As we check out the unknown and get more knowledge, we're amazed by how big and complex space is. With each new thing we learn, we get closer to solving the mysteries hidden in the stars. The James Webb Space Telescope is still giving us amazing info. It's changing how we see exoplanets and other space stuff, pushing the limits of what we know about the cosmos. This telescope lets us look deeper into space than ever before, uncovering mysteries that scientists have been chasing for ages. The discovery of complex organic molecules in distant galaxies shows how the JWST is changing what we understood about the beginning of the universe. One of the coolest parts of these findings is that life might be out there in places we thought were not able to support life. Finding carbon stuff in the air of exoplanets like K2-18b opens new paths for studying possible signs of life on planets that might resemble Earth. These molecules, like methane and carbon dioxide, are often linked to life here. But just finding them doesn't mean life is there. It just makes us want to check out the conditions that could help life exist somewhere else in the universe. Future NASA plans for exoplanet research focus on this stuff. The Webb telescope's ability to check the air of exoplanets is a big step forward. It lets scientists find basic elements and the complex molecules that might mean life is present. This detail is important for understanding if distant planets can support life. The more we know, the better we can spot small signs of life, like gases, organic molecules, or other things that could point to life. Besides exoplanets, the JWST is also helping us see how galaxies form and change. By watching distant galaxies, astronomers can trace when stars formed, where elements are, and how galaxies grow. These observations are important for understanding how our own galaxy, the Milky Way, began and has changed. The discovery of hydrocarbons in a galaxy that formed a long time ago is proof of how much we are figuring out about the early universe. As we explore the cosmos, each new discovery gets us closer to answering big questions. Are we alone? What does it take for life to thrive? How did the universe start, and what's next? The James Webb Space Telescope provides us with the tools to tackle these questions, giving us a look into the farthest parts of space and time. We can expect even more findings from the JWST. Its ability to study the beginning of the universe, exoplanets, and the basic processes that shape the cosmos will give us insights that will make us rethink what we know. The possibility of finding new planets, checking out their air, and finding proof of life is higher than it's ever been. With each view, we're reminded of how much there is still to learn about the universe. Exoplanets like K2-18b, which are between the sizes of Earth and Neptune, are pretty rare around here because we don't have any. The idea that K2-18b might have a bunch of carbon and hydrogen in its air makes astronomers excited. A lot of them think these kinds of planets might be the best places to look for life. The fact that there is methane and carbon dioxide, but no ammonia, supports the idea that this exoplanet might have an ocean under all that hydrogen. Early studies even hinted that there might be dimethyl sulfide in K2-18b's air, which on Earth is made by plankton in the ocean. But we're not sure about that part yet. More observations with the JWST should tell us if there's really dimethyl sulfide in K2-18b's air. A scientist from Cambridge said that even if K2-18b is in the habitable zone and has carbon stuff, that doesn't automatically mean there's life there. It's also huge, 2.6 times the size of Earth, which means its core could be surrounded by a thick, icy layer, kind of like Neptune. Plus, it has a thin, hydrogen-filled atmosphere and an ocean surface. Even though it should have liquid water oceans, they might be too solid or not good enough to support life. Still, researchers got the most detailed look at a habitable sub-Neptune planet to date and figured out what molecules are in its air. Someone from Cardiff University said they did this by checking out light from K2-18b's star as it went through the planet's air. K2-18b is a transiting exoplanet, which means it gets a little dimmer when it passes in front of its star. That's how NASA's K2 mission found it in the first place. When these transits happen, some sunlight goes through the exoplanet's air before reaching space telescopes like the JWST. The JWST can then see what's left behind as the sunlight is filtered, helping scientists figure out what gases are there. The research team is planning more tests with the JWST to be super sure about what they found and get more info about K2-18b's weather. Their main goal is to search for signs of life on exoplanets that could be habitable. That would change everything about how we see the universe. The JWST has found some other wild stuff too. Astronomers used it to spot complex organic molecules that look like smog in a galaxy super far away. This is the earliest we've ever seen stuff like this in the universe. It's a little scary but also amazing because these finds from way out in space are changing our understanding of the universe. These molecules, called aromatic hydrocarbons, were found in a galaxy that was around when the universe was only about 10% of its current age. These carbon-based molecules are in petroleum, coal, and even smog on Earth. They're huge and complicated, with tons of atoms. What's wild is that these big, complex molecules formed so soon after the Big Bang. The light we saw from this early galaxy started its trip less than 1.5 billion years after the Big Bang. The universe is about 13.8 billion years old now. The Webb telescope allowed us to see these complex organic molecules, and it will keep helping us see more for almost a billion more years. If we could see even further back, would we find even more of these molecules? Maybe even closer to the Big Bang? That makes you think about our science and cosmology. Before, we could only confirm that complex organic molecules were in ancient galaxies, but now with Webb's higher resolution, we can see where they are. Plus, these molecules are spread out unevenly in the early galaxy SP4 to 1847, and we have no idea why. Even though this galaxy was young, it was already as big as ours, with stars that had as much carbon and oxygen as the ones in the Milky Way. As we learn more, we're realizing how big and weird the universe is. Each new find gets us closer to figuring out the secrets hidden in the stars. Our space exploration network keeps doing its thing, and the universe will keep showing us what it's got. Tell us what you think in the comments. If you liked the video, subscribe and turn on notifications. The James Webb Space Telescope keeps giving us mind-blowing information. It's changing how we think about exoplanets and other stuff in space, pushing the limits of what we know about the cosmos. It lets us see deeper into space than ever and understand the universe's beginnings and continuing progress. One of the coolest things is that life, or at least the ingredients for life, might be in places we didn't think were possible. Finding carbon-based materials in the air of exoplanets like K2-18b opens the door to studying potential signs of life on planets that are a bit like Earth. However, their appearance on other planets does not guarantee life. They prompt investigation. NASA's future plans for exoplanet research are focused on this potential. The Webb telescope can analyze the air of exoplanets with amazing accuracy. Allows scientists to detect not just the presence of basic elements, but also the complex molecules that might point to life. As our understanding grows, so does our ability to detect subtle signs of life. Besides exoplanets, the JWST is giving us useful information about how galaxies form and change. By watching distant galaxies, we can learn about how stars formed, how elements are spread out, and how galaxies grow. These observations are important for figuring out how our own galaxy, the Milky Way, started and how it has changed. The discovery of aromatic hydrocarbons in a galaxy that formed only a fraction of the time ago compared to our own shows how much we are learning about the early universe. As we keep exploring, each new discovery brings us closer to answering big questions about science. Are we alone in the universe? What do you need for life to thrive? How did the universe appear and what's next? These tools can address the questions. We can expect more groundbreaking finds from the JWST in the years ahead. Its ability to study the early universe, exoplanets, and the basic processes that shape the cosmos will lead to new insights that challenge what we thought we knew. The chance of finding new planets and finding proof of life beyond Earth is becoming brighter. With each observation, we are reminded of how much we have to learn about the universe. The Webb telescope is leading the way in our desire for learning. Eye is a sign of humanity's curiosity and drive to understand the cosmos. As we look at the future, we can know that the things that the JWST will discover will keep changing and inspiring the cosmos, helping to answer questions that humans have had for years.